where are we? So I want to go over the stages of a business cycle, and I think I showed this one before too. So we have the contraction level, which is when things go down, and this happens in any business, economies, if things start going down. Then it's the trough stage. So this is when it's like bad, okay? This is like the rock bottom, all right? And then we also have the expansion stage when things start getting better, and then obviously we have the peak stage. All right, so where do you guys think we are right now?
Expansion.
Expansion? We're like right there.
Yes.
Okay, that's where we feel where we are. And why do I feel that way? Is because, first of all, I do feel the election is going to help us. Okay, so that's a good sign for the economy. But also the carriers are opening up. The carriers are coming to me like, hey, Farmers is talking about a bonus in January. Okay, and these carriers are coming to our office and they're saying, hey, you're doing a great job, like keep it up, we might be able to do something for you. And then just insurance rates just going up 30% next year, January 2025. Like this, we fought so hard just to be here for this moment here. This is a time where I was like, it sucked, okay. The last year, well, due to like compliance, last year was compliance, like, are we gonna get fired? Right, and then now this year is all financial difficulties, me losing like 500K in 1 year. This is a brutal time for me. But I just knew what kept me positive is that this is gonna come. Like I just have faith because I was like, hey, that happened in real estate too. Like in real estate, when things go down, the people who save money and had money to spend during this time was the ones that really blow up. So we're just right here and we've been waiting for this moment. And I'm just so excited that we're finally here. Like we're making money now, and this is the stage where we're really going to be able to take off because a lot of times, right here, right now, the competition is going to be a lot weaker. Okay, the competition was they're not prepared for the expansion stage because they're just trying to save money, lay people off. They don't want to spend any money on marketing. So next year, when the rates are going higher and people are shopping around, they're going to be like, oh, maybe we should hire now. Like, we've been hiring and marketing this whole stage and actually improving our systems this whole time because I was like, you know what, I'm going to make the investment because this time's going to come. Although I'm going to lose money, I know this moment's going to come, and I just want to get off to a faster start. Okay, I feel like I prepared for this time because other agencies are going to be like, oh, you know what, maybe we should start marketing. It's actually pretty good now. And then they're just going to go up like this and like that. A little slower because everyone's going to go up during expansion stage. It's not hard to go up because it's just going to be easier. But that's where the separation comes in. Like we're just so ready when things open up that, and then during the peak, this is when like leads costs are expensive. Everybody's hiring, like everybody's trying to like new people get in the insurance business, and then people start wasting money. This is the time where you save money because again, this is going to come. Okay, so luckily for me, I've been through this cycle, and this is a very exciting moment for our agency here. All right, so we're right at the beginning here. Who was patient and resilient? We were. Who didn't give up? A lot of people give up in the business, in insurance. A lot of business owners are trying different things, and competition is weak, and we definitely stayed ready. So we're in the cusp of explosion. All right, so I want to talk about how to blow up and not blow it. Because this is an opportunity for us, okay? We all want a 30% raise next year, so it's going to be great. But how to not blow this opportunity here? Yeah, learn from all our experience. We've gone through a lot, and don't make the same mistakes as a good one. Learning from our experience. That's the beauty of all we've gone through is that we're so much more knowledgeable. It would be such a waste to go through all that experience and not learn from that. Yeah, keep striving for more. That is something that I have to stay disciplined right now too because I made a little profit and my intuition is to right away be like, oh, let's do like a little bonus or something like that. Well, I gotta get, I gotta like recoup a little bit here, okay, and still not just hire just anybody and just do, stuff that maybe in the past I was a little bit too loose on. So I think being disciplined and once starts things going better, and that's where I actually am pretty good at is like I don't start like, getting a bigger home and stuff like that. I don't change my lifestyle as we do better. So it is important that once things start getting better, is that we don't start building an ego and get away from the habits that helped us survive. So I have here sticking to our principles. Okay, and we're going to talk about principles here, and I know I talk about it all the time, but why have principles? Yeah, it helps you just stay consistent to how you behave. You know, sometimes people are like very unpredictable. Like, why are they like this one day? Why are they like that one day? Or like, if a business decision comes to play, like, why did they do it this way? And now this time they're doing it this way. It's like, well, if you have principles, you kind of have a guide of like how to act towards different scenarios. And when you have to make a difficult decision, like I have to make a difficult decision all the time. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Let me stick back to my principles and act according to my principles. So that's a great one, okay? I also think less rules are easier to follow. I could have a manual on how to do everything, like, you know, but it's just like so much rules, it's like hard to follow everything, but it's like if we just have our core principles, then we all know what to do. Okay, I think this is Lupe, what you're talking about, consistent and predictable actions, and helps with making decisions, like, okay, who do I hire or who do I fire? Like, okay, what type of principles do our agency have, and does that person is a good fit? Or if I have to fire somebody, then how do I do it? Or if I am going to hire somebody, what qualities am I looking for? You know, so it just helps me just make decisions so much because I'm like a professional decision maker, and you guys are making decisions all the time too. So it's really important for you guys to understand what your core principles are, because that helps you just make decisions more consistent. I want to be predictable to you guys too. Like, I don't want to be like just someone that's like all over the place. I think it's really important for us to have principles because that just helps us become more reliable to ourselves and to others. And who should we reward? Okay, it just makes it easier. Like, hey, you are following, you are part. We share the same values. Okay, or you're a hard worker. You're very nice. You have a positive attitude, which is our core principles. So. These are the reasons we want to have principles. All right, and we'll talk about our principles in a little bit, but I want to give you some principles examples. Okay, little warning here, all right? I couldn't help myself. I made these slides this morning. All right, so what are some principles for making America great? What's like their selling point? Making things American, yep, I have that there. I have that in one of the slides. But building what was like the thing that was on everybody's mind probably? According to yesterday, a lot of people, they said they voted for Trump because of what? The economy. Okay, the economy was a big thing for everybody. Okay, so the economy is the strong suit for a businessman who knows how business works. That's his background. He's a businessman. And he doesn't get bought up by politicians. He's not influenced by them. He doesn't do this to become rich. He was already rich before he became a politician. He just knows what is good for business, and he fundamentally believes that less taxes is better. And I 100% agree with that. No tax on tips. Well, we don't get tips. No tax on overtime. Okay, some of you guys put in a lot of overtime, right? That's good, right? No tax on Social Security. Just overall lower taxes on corporate taxes. This is like a fundamental belief of capitalism, and that is one of his principles. Now, another one of his principles is end wars, no new wars. So when he became president last time, the big talk was ISIS, and everybody was really afraid of ISIS. So he went over there and he killed their leaders, and he ended that. And at the same time also, North Korea was a big threat, so he actually went to North Korea and became friends with him, and that was de-escalated. And then no new war started. And as soon as the new president came in, then all these wars started popping up, and we started giving money to Ukraine, and he just doesn't want, he wants to have a strong military, but he doesn't want to use it if he doesn't have to, and he is anti-war with everything that he's doing. And then America first, right? That's like Diana said. And this is kind of a tough subject because we're all our parents are immigrants. Well, one of the things that, it's not, you don't want to go too extreme on one side, but one thing I will say about just giving this agency as an example is that let's just say I mean, I like to think of this place as a great opportunity, but let's say it's a wonderful opportunity and there's just no jobs out there. Okay, pretty extreme example. How would you guys feel if anybody who walked in here was just automatically hired? They get a desk, okay, they get a portion of the profits, right? Laura's been here for 12 years, hustling hard, and then just it's an open door policy, like there's no interview process, we're just like, all right, everybody hire. That's in a way that we look at how extreme things could be. So we just want to have a process where we just have people that we fit our values, and we only recruit the people that our company wants. So, and take care of the people that has helped us get here first. I just take more priority for you guys being here and being loyal and helping us than somebody brand new that doesn't maybe have experience in the insurance business or doesn't have any skill and just come into our workplace and start taking some of the resources that we worked hard for. All right, so what is the other side's principles? What was their selling point? Oh, women's rights, yes, women's rights, which we'll get into. I know, a lot of people do not want to talk about this, I could tell. But we're going to go there. I'm actually even going to go there. But what's their number one thing? Well, one of their main selling point of how they want votes is they sell hate. Okay, they just want you to hate Trump. That's like their main thing. Like, Trump is not good. Trump is not, we should all hate Trump. That's like the message. Like, they don't really want to talk about policies, because when you really look into the policy, it's like, wow, okay, that's what they believe in. By using celebrities and media is, let's not like Trump. So he says he's racist, or he says he's sexist, but okay, where's the proof of that? Okay, so it's just, hate is how they kind of drive that activity to go on their side. So yeah, women's rights. This is a tough one, okay, I know. And Trump is basically saying that states could decide. The states decide. It's not a federal thing. The state decide, so it's not going to be a national abortion ban or anything like that. It's the state decide. So he wants to kind of stay out of that. But, to me, if the number one issue is women's rights, and I saw this, it was funny because somebody who was like, the reason I'm voting for Kamala is for my daughter. I was like, well, how much unprotected sex do you want your daughter to have? Like, right? So, and then I'll tell you, okay, for me, like, yes, it's like maybe in society they tell you, like, okay, if you have a kid, like, your life is over. Like, having a kid hurts your career. It's like very difficult. Like, your life just changes, and it's just very difficult. Now, me personally, I would say my life started when I had kids. Like, it's the number one thing that has given me more joy than anything. So I think that's kind of how I feel about it, and I think the way they sell it is like it's not a good thing, but everybody take turns here, okay, guys? Let's not all take maternity at the same time, but sometimes I feel like I'm encouraging it. But I just love seeing, Kalia and her family growing and just stuff like that. I just love seeing that we are able to make money and take care of family, because that is something that it's truly, I just feel good about it. Like, I think humans are designed that way for evolution. Like, we were designed to want to take care of little people. That's how we survived, actually. So I think it's ingrained in us that we do want to have kids and take care of them. Gender, race theories. Now, speaking about boys, like, I want my boys to stay boys. The stuff they're teaching at school, confusing them at a young age, propaganda in the movies, Hollywood. Yeah, and then you just hear about the kidnapping and the sex trafficking and letting them have gender changes without their parents' consent and stuff like that. And then putting men in their women's sports, and it's just all this gender neutral restrooms and these pronouns, and it's just blackmailing people if they, and it's just sick to me. Okay, so that's something that, for some reason, that's something people believe in. And then the race thing too. The race thing, I just like to look at people's inside. To me, it's not like, okay, yeah, I'm a minority, so it's like I just believe in everything the same what we believe in. It's like, well, everybody's different. And to me, the way they do the minorities is they make us feel like we're victims. Because we're minorities, you guys need our help. And fundamentally, I don't like that. I just don't like feeling a victim in general. And I just feel like, they just say, hey, you got to go to college. And I believe that. I went to college and I graduated and I was like, oh, where's the jobs at? I was like, why did I, and luckily I didn't spend that much money. And luckily my parents paid for it, but it was very cheap at that time where I went. But to spend all that money, and then you spend all that money and they say like, oh, you spend all that money? Okay, we'll help you by waiving some of your loans. Now please vote for us. Okay, but it's like, well, you guys were the ones that told us to go in the first place. So race is how they kind of use equality. That's kind of how they use it. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, it's like we want to take personal responsibility and make something out of ourselves. And then the foreign aid thing, okay? Just sending all that money to Ukraine and all these wars and stuff like that, basically tax us, and then they just spend all this money. They just want the money to go to who helps them. They've been bought out, okay? Again, Trump hasn't been bought out because he already has his money, so he makes his own decisions. Now this other party, all this, military companies, they want to sell weapons because it's the biggest profitable business in the whole world. So they don't have a business until there's wars. So they want there to be wars. And the food companies have bought them out, and that's why they feed us all this crap. And then they get us sick, and then they sell us the medicine on top of that, okay? And then they still want to get us vaccinated, and they want to sell us all this medicine. So it's just something that I just fundamentally believe, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about this, but I just feel passionate that I want to just put myself on record that I'm on the side that cares about people. Thank you for listening to my rant. But let's get into our DKIA principles. So what's number one?
Be kind.
Be kind, yeah. There's not in any order, but be kind's there. Hardworking. Yep, Janelli, so work ethic. So work ethic, again, having principles is great because I don't have to be like, okay, be on time, don't call out, like call your leads, like all this stuff, like I don't have to say if it's just like work hard. It's like an overarching thing. Like I don't have to be like, I don't have to like monitor every little thing or like, hey, when this happens, like you do this. Like it's like just like, follow up, like reading a book. Like these are things like, if I just say, hey, we're all hard workers and we all do these things automatically. That's why it's so good to have principles. And yeah, if you're in a tough situation, what do we do? Okay, I'm in a tough situation. What do I do? I've always said this. Like I always told myself, like, damn, this is a tough situation. What should I do? It's like, okay, well, what are my principles? I'm just gonna grind it out. I want to figure out a way. I want to work hard. We're gonna, and I do believe as an agency we do work hard. I want to give it up for you guys. Okay, Christian and Genesis gets us. They started 7:50. They're here. Boom. Okay, you guys are sick. You still come in and try your best. You guys work on Saturdays. Okay, we're open to 9 to 3, and we have no problems filling that shift. You guys take your laptops home, all right? And then we work on holidays, Black Friday. We have a full staff there, all right? Even though obviously our work ethic could always go higher, but I am proud of myself and you guys. I do feel like we have a hardworking team. And yeah, how do we maintain that culture? Hiring like-minded people, yep. And then the other part is maybe not having like-minded people, okay? So we got to protect our culture at all costs there. So we train hard, okay? We train hard with Laura, we read books, we commit to our profession. And then the second principle we have is being kind. Yeah, that's coming up too. Yep, kindness. All right. So this one is also, good to just have it all out there because then I don't have to say like, okay, if a customer says this, and how do you do? Or like, if you're in a situation with your coworker, what do you do? Like, it's just like, just be kind is like just overarching, and it's just a great philosophy to just act the way that I want us to. So that is being nice to each other. Okay, because how well we work with each other really determines, as the bigger our agency gets and our bigger our goals gets, like how well we get together and how well we're able to communicate with each other, how well we're able to talk about difficult situations, and how we treat each other is so important to me. I think that's really going to determine it. And just as important is how well we treat our customers. So I could just replace this with customer service, but that doesn't include teaching us, fine. But customer service or retention, for you guys is retention, right? that's how we're going to win in this business. It's just by caring more than our competition. And I don't think that's hard to do. Like we're going to love our customers more. And with TCO, they are just doing above and beyond. With their tickets that they get and how competitive they are, they're taking so much activity for every little thing. Their customer service, I'm just really emphasizing that to them, and they're doing a great job. So when you guys ever sell a policy, you could be very sure they're late, we're calling them. Okay, if they need help, we're answering phone calls. If they need a fee waiver, we're trying our best. So just taking care of our customers. So instead of having like a manual for every little thing, it's just like be kind to each other and to our customers. And then positive attitude. Just look at solution rather than problems. Yeah, it's pretty easy to be negative. I feel like it's actually like easier. Like it's like, oh, it's not my fault. Like it's that person's fault. It's the economy's fault or the president's fault. It's like, and even though my president is back, I'm not going to just be like, okay, it's on him now. It's like, no, this is like actually where the work starts. This is where the opportunity is actually better. But we're the ones that have to do the work. But we just want to look at every situation as a personal responsibility. Like I have control over my future, and throughout this time, the last couple of years, if I didn't have a positive attitude, like I wouldn't know how I would have gotten through here and be at this moment that we're in right now. Because I fundamentally believe that things are going to always get better, and that's what keeps me going. All right, so maybe ask you guys yourself this. All right, because the opposite of this, okay, and the degree in how much you believe in these three things is the degree of how much you guys will like working here and how much you guys will have success working here. Because some of these categories, you guys may be like, that's not it. That's not really it for me. And those people are not here anymore. And that's okay, because there's plenty of places where the boss is not hardworking. You'll end up where you fit, like you have the same values. And the boss is not kind or the culture is not kind, and they just don't feel negative. There's plenty of companies that may have more similar values than we do. I just want to share with you guys that yes, you guys are this. That's the only reason that we're here in this room together. Like you guys feel the same way here, and for that I feel like you guys should be very proud of yourself. Because you're part of this group here that feels the same thing, and we're here together at this very moment here where we're just ready to explode. All right, so we're still gonna have challenges, but let's stick to our principles, and together, my favorite side here, make DKIA very profitable again.
Yay.
We're just a little bit profitable. Make 10%, you know. I'll share.
Not there yet.
No, hold on, we're not done. I'll tell you, okay. I would love to do that. Do you think I would rather pay more taxes or pay you guys more? So this is kind of how I look at things. Like that's why, you know, even though we have control of our future, leadership does matter in this country, so less taxes. So if there's going to be less taxes for us, that's going to give me more room for do things, because I would much rather pay you guys in Ukraine. Okay. All right. So I want to say we just got profitable. Well, I want to be very profitable. I want to use a line from the book and just say, just imagine. Just imagine, okay? We're getting a 30% rate increase, all carriers. Any policy you sell is going to be 30% more. This is the first year I wasn't profitable for 16 years. So the way it goes, it seems like it happens fast, but it doesn't. The growth stage for our agency was 16 years. So next year, I want to start a new 16-year trend, a new streak here. And I'm just really excited. I'm just been waiting for this moment. I'm so excited that you guys are part of it. So I'm super ready, and I know you guys are too. All right, guys, thank you.